Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. To get started, start with a slip knot, chain 2, place 6 single crochets in that second chain from the hook. Place your stitch marker in that last single crochet that you made. I will be carrying this yarn tail. The choice is yours. You can leave it to the end to close this gap. Next, you will place 2 single crochets in your next single crochet, and you want to place 2 single crochet in each single crochet around, including the stitch with your stitch marker, and we will meet back there. I am at my last single crochet, and I'm removing that stitch marker to complete my last 2 single crochets. Place your stitch marker in that last single crochet that you made. For the next round, you want to place 1 single crochet in this first single crochet and 2 single crochets in the next single crochets, and you will repeat that pattern around back to the stitch marker. So in the next stitch, 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets, and we will meet back at the stitch marker. I am back at the stitch marker. Just remove it and complete your last 2 single crochets. Place your stitch marker back into that last single crochet made. For your next round, you will place 1 single crochet into that next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next, and 2 single crochets into the next. And you will repeat that back around to the stitch marker. Next stitch will be 1 single crochet, next stitch 1 single crochet, next stitch 2 single crochets, and we will meet back at the stitch marker. I am back at the stitch marker. Remove it and complete those last 2 single crochets. Place your stitch marker in that last single crochet made. For our next round, we will be placing 1 single crochet in each stitch back to our stitch marker. So you just want to place 1 single crochet in that next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and just continue around to the stitch marker, and we'll meet back there. I am back at the stitch marker. I will remove it and complete my last single crochet. Place it back in that stitch. For the next 3 rounds, you will repeat the same as we did for this round. 1 single crochet in each stitch. Remember to remove your stitch marker, place it back for each round, and we will meet back. For our next round, we will start our decreasing, and if your work has curved and look like a little bowl, that is great. So for the next stitch, you want to place 1 single crochet. In the next stitch will be 1 single crochet, and over the next 2 stitches we want to decrease. Place your hook into that stitch, pull up a loop, go into that next stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Pull your hook through all 3 loops, and we will repeat that back around to our stitch marker. So in the next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, over your next 2, do your decrease, and repeat around to the stitch marker, and we'll meet back. I am back around, and I have that 1 stitch before the stitch marker. I am removing my stitch marker because I need to do my decrease in those last 2 stitches. Place your stitch marker back. For your next round, you want to place 1 single crochet in that next stitch and 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and we will meet back at the stitch marker. Okay, I'm back at that stitch marker. I just want to remove it and complete my last single crochet for this round. Place your stitch marker back in that stitch that you just made. For the next round, it will be a decrease round. Complete 1 single crochet in that next stitch. Over the next 2 stitches will be a decrease. Place your hook into that first stitch, pull up a loop, place it into the next, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull your hook through all 3 loops. Then you just want to repeat that back around to your stitch marker. So in the next stitch, place 1 single crochet, in the next 1 single crochet, and complete your decrease. And follow that pattern around back to your stitch marker. Have that 1 stitch before my stitch marker. Go ahead and remove your stitch marker. Place your hook into that next stitch, pull up a loop, place it into that last stitch, and pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook. Pull your hook through all 3 stitches. Place your stitch marker in that last stitch made. For your next round, you will be placing 1 single crochet in each stitch around back to your stitch marker. So in your next stitch, you want to complete 1 single crochet. In your next, 1 single crochet, and just repeat that around back to your stitch marker. And if you're having any issues right now getting into your stitches, you can go ahead and turn your work, and you can work those stitches this way. Just continue around. I am back at my stitch marker, and I just want to complete that last single crochet. And just place your stitch marker in that last stitch made. We have completed our suit at this point, and the next step we will be doing is adding our skin color. So just place your hook into this next stitch, pull up a loop, pull your yarn through, chain 1, cut your yarn, pull your yarn through, and just pull it to tighten. And at this time you can turn it back to the wrong side, and what you want to do is go ahead and close that center at the bottom. Use your yarn needle and weave this yarn tail in, and also you can weave this one in. Once you have weaved your yarn tails into the wrong side of your work, you can go ahead and turn it back, and you should be seeing the right side. When you have your yarn, the color for the skin, just place your hook into that stitch with your stitch marker, pull your yarn through, just chain 1, go over to your next stitch, and place 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 1 single crochet in the next, And you just want to repeat that pattern back around to your stitch marker, and we will meet back. I am back at the stitch with my stitch marker, so I'm just going to complete that last single crochet, move my stitch marker up to that stitch, okay. For the next 3 rounds we will repeat 1 single crochet around, back to your stitch marker. Remember to move that stitch marker up for each round, and we will meet back at the end. Once you completed your 3 rounds, you just want to place your hook into that next stitch, pull up a loop, go through that stitch and chain 1 and cut your yarn. Next, you want to make the stuffing for the inside, and I'm just using yarn. And what you want to do is just wrap it around your finger about 80 times. Once you have your 80, just cut your yarn. And you just want to stuff it inside. To close the top, so you just want to place your yarn needle into a stitch up top, and you're just weaving in and out. That's going into each stitch. Back to your stitch marker. Do not cross it because it may be difficult to close the top. This will be like your drawstring. When you get back to your stitch marker, you just want to pull to close it. Once you have it closed, you can remove the stitch marker. Okay, you need the white color, and you want to chain 13. You want to place 1 single crochet in that second chain from the hook, and 1 single crochet in each chain across, and we will meet back. Once you complete your last single crochet, chain 1, cut your yarn. Next, you want to join your red into that first stitch. Chain 1, and you want to place your hook back into the same stitch, but the back loop only, and you can carry this yarn tail, and you want to complete 1 single crochet. You want to repeat that across, 1 single crochet in the next back loop only, 1 single crochet in the next back loop only, 1 single crochet in the next back loop only, and repeat that across to your last single crochet. We will be placing 2 single crochets in that last stitch. I am at my last stitch. Complete my 2 single crochets, back loop only. Next, chain 1, turn your work. You will place 1 single crochet in that first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and just repeat that across. I am at that last stitch. I will complete my last single crochet, chain 1, turn my work. This will be a decrease round. These first 2 stitches complete a decrease. Place your hook into that first stitch, pull up a loop, place it into the next, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, pull your hook through all 3. You want to place 1 single crochet in each single crochet across, leaving those last 2 stitches for a decrease. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, and we will meet back at those last 2 stitches. I am at those last 2 stitches. Place your hook into that stitch, pull up a loop, and place it into that last stitch. Pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull through. Chain 1, turn your work. The next round will be a repeat. So want to do a decrease over those first 2 stitches. 1 single crochet in each stitch across and a decrease in those last 2, and we will meet back. I am at the last 2 stitches, completing my decrease. Chain 1, turn your work, and the next row will be a repeat. You want to decrease in those first 2 stitches. 1 single crochet across and a decrease in the last 2. And complete the decrease over the last 2 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work, and the next row will be a decrease. Decrease over those first 2 stitches. Single crochet across to the last 2. Decrease over those last 2. Chain 1, turn your work, and this will be a decrease round. Decrease over those first 2 stitches. Single crochet in the next, and decrease over the last 2. Chain 1, turn your work, and this will be a decrease round. Decrease over the first 2 stitches. Single crochet in that last stitch. Chain 1, turn your work. The last round will be a decrease round. Place your hook in that first stitch, pull up a loop, place it in that last stitch, pull up a loop, pull your hook through all 3 loops. Next thing you want to do is chain 1. The next thing you want to do is leave a tail long enough. You will be weaving or closing your little hat. So you'll need enough yarn to just stitch the back right to the red. And before we close this, we want to get rid of these 2 yarn tails, and what I will do is just tie the 2 together. Okay, once you have weaved these 2 tails in, what you want to do is close your hat. You want the right side inside. Grab your yarn needle and you will just weave this part closed, making sure that you stay as close as you can to the edges, and we will meet back. To repeat the same steps for the white, just use your white color and we will meet back. Next, we will make our beard. Grab your white yarn and come right on the side, about right here. And you just want to attach. Make sure you don't go too deep in there or you'll pull out your stuffing. And you just want to bring your yarn through that loop, bring it down a little, maybe about a 1/2 inch. Next, go beneath your next stitch. Pull your yarn through, you chain 1, pull it down about an inch, a little longer than the first one, and you want to repeat this loop again. The last one will be the length of this first one, like a 1/2 inch. Okay, next just go into that stitch and you just want to slip stitch. You will chain 6. Okay, our little Santa is complete, really cute. And if you want, you can add eyes. I will not be adding eyes to this one, but I recommend just using some yarn and just needling the eyes into place. And thank you so much for spending a little time with Yarnsensation.